Oh boy. Okay, Weezer, Seasons, Autumn, EP. Let's chat about it. Hey friends, what's going on? John here from What's Spinning here tonight to chat about this latest EP, the third EP this year from Weezer. You know them. You probably have many mixed thoughts on them, as do I. I can't stress this enough. Over the years with Weezer, there's been times where I've considered them to be one of my favorite artists of all time, pumping out really great classic albums and some actually pretty solid deep cuts from the last few years, like the White Album, like Everything Will Be Alright in the End. But as always, consistency has always been a thing with Weezer and a real reason for me kind of like holding back my fandom of them, which leads me to this string of EPs that they've put out this year. They've set out early in the year to put out 4 different EPs, kind of revolving around the changing of the seasons. We had the Season Spring EP early this year that I actually liked quite a bit. I didn't think it was anything game-changing, but I thought it was them writing very tuneful, very blissful, very summery sounding tunes that were really catchy. But much like the summer itself, I hated their summer EP. This was a heavier EP all around with some more guitars, more of an alternative rock edge to it, which from a distance I commended, but on paper sounded terrible. It was easily one of my least favorite things that I've listened to this year. Really terrible stuff. Which leads me to Seasons, Autumn. It dropped a couple of days ago with the Autumn Equinox a couple of days ago. And honestly, okay, let's be real here. It's certainly better than Summer. Can't Dance, Don't Ask Me. Don't hate me, I actually kind of like this track a lot. I heard those sunny synths from a mile away and I got a little worried. But the fact is, this is a punchy, fun as hell, really catchy power pop tune with a hell of a hook. It's nothing flashy and it's certainly not anything wild or new, but it's moments like this that Weezer take a step back that I actually kind of appreciate their stuff. I don't really hate Get Off on the Pain either. This track is a really solid medium between the more alternative rock sound of Weezer and their more power pop styling. And you know what? For a few short minutes, I can just listen and smile. And it's also got some nods to classic emo, which is something that kind of takes me back. I'm really impressed with this track, actually. Not only that, this hook, once again, like I said, when they really put their mind to it and really, put their foot down and get into songwriting mode, they can still work magic. Should She Stay or Should She Go? I really like this track as well, despite the god-awful chatter that we get at the beginning of this track. My god. This track is really sweet. This is the sort of heartbroken jam that I'm never going to say no to from Weezer, even though they've done tracks like this in the past. I love this big hook. The backing vocals come off really classy. I just really do enjoy this. It's sweet on the ears. Say what you will, when Weezer are actually putting in some effort, they are, one of the more tuneful bands out there that can write genuinely memorable stuff. And then we get Tastes Like Pain, and this track really threw me off, actually. This is easily one of the biggest risks and more experimental tunes in this, collection of EPs. It's far out. We get these noisy production here, these very intense strings. It's just a real shot out of left field. I actually do appreciate that. And Run Raven Run isn't that bad either. I actually really like the determined sort of alt-rock riff that we get here. This is what I was expecting to hear and hoping to hear with their summer EP. It's got some oomph, and Weezer actually sound like, they actually put their heart into this. Was that really so hard? I don't even mind the extended solos that we get towards the end. This EP isn't that bad, even though I still really am struggling to see the bigger picture of these 4 EPs that they're putting out this year. Not only that, when this EP gets bad, it gets downright unlistenable very quickly. What Happens After You? Honestly, I got my hopes up for this track. I thought the synths from a distance sounded pretty good. But then this track very quickly disintegrates into a ho-hum indie pop band track with no heart whatsoever, and this chorus, I don't want to talk about. It's just so freaking average in this chorus. God, I said I didn't want to talk about it, but why are they putting out like a blood-pumping electro chorus? It sucks. It's bad. It's so bad. And Francesca is my nightmare. Send help, please. What kind of quaint indie bullshit does Rivers Cuomo think that we want and need right now? This hook is easily one of the worst things I've heard this year. This track alone is one of the worst tracks I've heard all year. This EP series continues to really confuse me. If we're being honest with ourselves, This is a lot better than what they were doing on the summer EP. I give credit where credit is due. There are tracks here where Weezer are actually showing some heart and some dedication to what they're doing. The big picture, though, is really confusing at the end of the day. I still don't know what they're getting at the end of the day. And most importantly, when this EP slips and falls, it falls so hard, and they put out some material that is easily going to be some of the worst rock material I've reviewed all year. It's just that much of a slippery slope. Is this EP better and a little bit more style? Yes. Is this anything wildly new and refreshing? No. I'm very confused. I'm very confused these days with Weezer. I'm feeling the lightest 7 imaginable on this EP, because there is a lot of good stuff on here. But let me know what you all think down below. If you like the video, be sure to give us a like, give us a subscribe, and let me know down below what you would like for me to chat about in the future. And until next time, have a great day, friends.